Dave, we're back.
Yeah, back again, mate.
Yeah, we've been kicked out of our room with the sofa.
Yeah.
It's what is it now? A nail bar or something?
Nail salon, yeah. So if you want your nails done.
Yeah. Have to get him a little pop-up, won't we? And,
But yeah, we're back in here again. Back in here, slumming it.
Yeah. On the sponsor boards, Beverley FM. They came to our last fixture, didn't they?
Yeah, loved it.
Against Sporting FM. They give us quite a lot of promotion in the local area. Got us on the air a few times. It's really good. So yeah, thank you for them. And then Uppercuts seems to be the lads' favourite barber. They've sponsored our polo tops. And got a little pop-up board, and yeah, it's one of the lads' mates, and he's really supportive as well on social media. So yeah, that's in the background tonight.
Yeah, last fixture, mate. Trent, you weren't playing. Got dropped this week. But yeah, what do you think to it? The Trent game?
Well, obviously you set out what you told us what the plan was going to be, and that was to obviously try and win the game, but not risk any players who you thought might be vulnerable. Let's say, for sending offs or injuries, and
kept 5 players out, didn't we? Kept 5 regulars out. It just won. The game was a dead rubber, wasn't it? We was third, they was bottom. I think they come with 6-7 players again. I've not got a lot to say about the game. It was just it
was tough because obviously things were going wrong, and I was trying to still get you to coach him because things were going wrong. And for me, I get frustrated because I just think people can fall into bad habits.
Yeah.
So I know you didn't have any interest in the game at all. I was still like, but.
You would. I let the lads down a little bit on Sunday because I went out drinking on Saturday, and I was a bit early kick-off caught me out, and I was a bit groggy, and it's one of the first games I've ever sat down, I think, throughout the game. But I didn't want to get involved because I've had a little bit to do early in the season with them.
Yeah.
So I just thought I just need to shut up, not sit out because I don't want to send it off and then can't sit there in the final. So
yeah.
But yeah, it was a weird game, wasn't it? 13-10.
Well, I think they went 1-0 up after about 5 seconds, 10 seconds, and then we ended up sort of like 5-2 up.
Yeah.
And it got back to 5-all, and then it was just to and fro, wasn't it? I think they just ran out of legs, didn't they, in the end? Yeah,
it was just what a great game, was it?
No. But what I did say after the game, I said fair play to them. We've got some talented lads there. I think looking at them, we've seen them 3 times now this season. I think they've stuck with this 2-2 formation, and I don't see how it's progressing.
It's going backwards. It's going back. It's don't work.
I don't know many teams that do play 2-2. We don't really come up against it much. So you're either. Do you know what I mean? I think, to be fair, I think formations and things like that are my thought on formations is it's bollocks, to be honest. It's how you adapt to what you've got. But I just you came up with a game plan. It was just really to break down. They didn't really do anything to try and change it. So
let you play through the middle, and every time you get through the middle into the pivot, we have made a chance.
Yeah.
And then when we didn't finish, they didn't bother getting back.
Yeah.
And then they got a chance on us. It was like that.
2 strikers, wasn't it?
2 up front, 2 up front, 2 at the back, and they couldn't be bothered to get back. I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do next year. They've lost every game, or
I don't know what's that. Yeah,
something's gone on with Manchester, and they've got
something popped up where they got 3 points.
I think they've got given something. They must have played an eligible. I can't even say it. A wrong one. They played a wrong one. So I don't know, but I can't see the point.
I think fine if that's the way you want to go. I just don't see. Like I said, there's some really talented players.
Yeah,
but I don't know. I haven't seen the progression yet.
I think they'll be better in to make drop to tier 3, where you can compete, and they'll probably win a few in tier 3.
Yeah.
It might get a bit of confidence, doing some good, getting beat every week. I don't know what. Don't know what he's doing, but it's up to the manager, isn't it? I think he's funding it all. He can do what he wants. So if they're in the league next year, good luck to them. If they're not, I think they'll have a better season in tier 3. But I don't know what. Don't know what they want. But we come through it. It was a bad one for us. We could have done without that game.
Yeah.
But we come through it unscathed. I don't think we got a booking, did we?
No.
I think everybody behaved. Everyone.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Everybody behaved, and not a big scoring game, but not a great advert for futsal, was it?
No, I'm glad we didn't do the courtside episode because putting all them goals in would be an absolute nightmare.
And just watching me sat down.
there was no atmosphere or no controversy in that game, was there? There's a couple of little incidents, weren't there, where there was a yellow card. what was it? So what did he get yellow carded for? One of their players.
How did the ref word it? I asked him at half time and he said, yeah, he's grabbed him round the neck and slung him to the floor. How you've described that, what did you think, ref? Was it a yellow? And he went, maybe one, I don't know. I'm thinking, that's bordering on assault, I think. So it's probably a red. If you're grabbing someone round the neck, I don't know. Maybe in my world I think
it's tough because, like you say, it's an nothing game. I think the refs knew it was a bit of a nothing game, so they're probably trying not to send people off. But then you look at it and you see next week if I grab someone by the neck and throw them to the floor, I'd be expecting a red.
You just can't do it.
Yeah, you just can't. And it was in frustration as well. It wasn't even like it was.
He just run the ball out. He just run the ball out. He didn't like it, and he slung him down. I didn't quite. I thought the refs was a little bit giving stuff.
Yeah,
because they was getting battered, and it was.
Yeah, there was a penalty which I was still adamant. That was
very soft penalties. All the challenges we see. That was a pen, but he'd seen something we hadn't, so fair enough.
Yeah,
but I thought the rest did all right. It was all right.
Well, that obviously completed our season. It was the last week of fixtures in the Tier 2 North, and we went after our game to watch Derby.
Watch Derby, first half of Derby. Don't know, it was a strange one, wasn't it? Liverpool went one up early.
I think we saw Liverpool line up, we saw the lads coming out, didn't we? And we spoke to all them. And I was like, the rest of them must be getting changed, they're already out. And then that was literally all they had. And you know straight away, don't you? Especially against a team like Derby, this isn't ending well. Even if you have a great start, you know towards the end, you just can't.
But Derby was making chances, wasn't they? They made a few chances, didn't take them, and then scored probably two of the worst shots they took, went in, or got lucky on one, and ricochet.
One in the post, and it come back into him, went in, and then one where he shot from about, I don't know, 20 yards. I don't know how far it was, but it's gone through the keeper's legs. It was normally a really good shot stopper, so they just, with 1 minute to go, Liverpool 1 up, and then it was 2-1, wasn't it?
Yeah, but they've done well, Derby. Congratulations to Derby. They've done
massive congrats,
Probably wasn't the best team in the league. I don't know. Manchester have dropped off in the last few weeks, and I think they've changed the squad, haven't they?
Yeah.
They bring some younger lads through.
Yeah.
Which is brilliant for the younger lads. But on to Manchester.
Well, no, let's. So just on Derby, obviously we saw Sam return, but Pavel was missing again. So I'm not quite sure
where he is.
We was looking at it, I think they're missing that focal point. I'm hoping he's back for the playoffs.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he's injured or what. I don't know whether it's a big secret.
Looks like they're missing him though.
Yeah, it does, because obviously they're still playing some good stuff, but that focal point is still there.
Just need to get their act together now, don't they? Start finishing for the playoffs. Yeah, I think they will. I'd like to think they'll go up.
Yeah, but what we did notice is that we obviously rumbled their routines, didn't we? We've now changed it. We won't tell them which one, because obviously they realised, but I think the names are now not...
The routine's the same, but they've changed the names, and we've got some football names now.
Yeah, so it's... we was laughing what we giggled around with the
sorry, Darby, we didn't mean to ruin you.
I'll tell you what, though, that kick-off routine they did against us, they did it second half. We didn't stay for second half, did we? Because we went off to another game. They did it again. So, again, sorry to rumble your tactics, but it's something I think teams need to look at. Kick-offs, routines, it's a set piece, isn't it, really? Yeah. It's a set piece.
Yeah, and they do it well.
They do it well. So if you can come up with variations around how you kick off, I'm sure you can catch some teams out. So, but yeah, I think we left... did they call a timeout with how many?
I think that didn't matter, didn't they? They called a timeout with all 7. Well, they had a break 2-1, did Derby? But I think he'd already called the time out with 7 seconds to go. I don't know what he did in them 7 seconds. I'm sure it was a great move, but
but we'd gone during that. I was like, wait a minute, so for 7 seconds, we didn't miss out. But yeah, so that was obviously the first game we went to, and then we went down to Sheffield to watch Sheffield versus Manchester City. So, I said that to Rob last night. Obviously, if you looked, all the B team players were playing in the first team, weren't they, along with...
Well, it looked like Manchester had gone, we're not risking anybody. And saved that, I'll put the B team to the first team. Yeah. And then the young lads into the second team.
But it was good because we walked in, so we've gone to Derby, and there was obviously kids everywhere, fans everywhere. You don't... Derby, they need to sort when they're doing the camera, because you can't see the fans, so it looks empty.
No,
but there was loads there.
Yeah, there was.
So when I watched the highlights last night, I think they're doing themselves an injustice there, because they want to be promoting, obviously, people are going. It was really good. And then we went to Sheffield, opened the door. Well, we went last season to a playoff game, didn't we, against Birmingham... Was it Birmingham Tigers?
I think
so. Yeah, Birmingham
It was the one before, we played.
There was 3 people there. There was Rob recorded it. Rob Smith recorded it, and then me and you.
Yeah.
And the Sheffield lads were still giving us crap from the bottle, aren't they? But we opened the door, and it was like, wow, who's all these people? So, fair play to Sheffield. Fair play to Sheffield doing that. I think, we were speaking to Connor, weren't we? I think a lot of them were his lads and stuff. Yeah. A lot of his players have progressed into Sheffield's first team and stuff. So, but however you do it, fair play to you.
It's a good game, with entertaining, wasn't it?
Obviously, and all our lads were there, so the ex-Sheffield lads who play for us were there watching. Then obviously our players were there as well, so it was a hell of a game, wasn't it?
It was good. 7-8 it finished. Well, it was 7-all, wasn't it? And then I probably seen 2 minutes to go. I don't know if it was. It's probably I'm going to say it was the worst sending off I think I've ever seen in my life. It was a young kid, I don't even know how old he was, 16, 17. I think he'd gone in on the keeper. The keeper's made an absolute meal of it. And I don't know, whether they're saying he's kicked him in the head, I'm not sure what he's done. But whatever he did, I don't know. And they've sent this young kid. I thought they could have dealt with it so much better. 7-all, you could see as a young kid, there's absolutely zero malice in the challenge. It didn't look, I don't know. The keeper bounced straight back up, so he was barely, I don't know. I just thought refs could have dealt with that one a bit better. Maybe a booking and a word. There was 2 minutes to go. It's the last game of the season. That kid's now going to get banned for the first. Did they need to do it? Maybe not. But then Sheffield have gone on against the Freemen and scored, haven't they?
Yeah.
And won the game through it. So, but then we've seen 30 seconds after one of them, an horrible challenge comes sliding through. Oh, it was horrible. Not even a yellow card. So I
think someone said he's going to weave it up. He's going to weave it up. He's going to weave it up. He's going to get ready.
I thought he was.
And then I went, nah, he'll give it yellow. There was nothing, was it? It was like
I thought it was absolutely nailed on red. I thought he's come in, too much force, 2 feet, horrible. No, nothing.
Yeah.
No. But we were sat the lads, poor lads, mum and dad was sat behind us who got sent off, and he had to go down and so. But you know, it was his first game. I just didn't want them. I don't know. I felt really bad for him.
Yeah.
So he just wanted a red card for me.
Yeah. So I think I said after the incident to you, the only thing I would say is, I think he does follow through, but I don't think he does it with any...
No.
Do you know what I mean? He's not trying to hurt anyone.
No.
I think it's just, when some times people leave the leg in and the keeper must have been a meal of it. So you could warn him. Probably a booking. I wasn't expecting a red.
If that's a red, then that next challenge has to be a red to me. But that gets a red and that got nothing.
Yeah.
And it just didn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
But it was a good game. The young lads did all right for Manchester. I thought they did all right.
Yeah. Again, competed, didn't they? And
they did it.
So I'm guessing that's all they can ask for.
But what did disappoint me, I think, did disappoint you down at the end of the game? Pedro, one of our ex-players, goes on to the camera, starts kissing the badge, didn't he, at the end of the game?
That was Pedro all over there.
Unbelievable.
He knew at full time exactly where the camera was.
Yeah.
Everyone's clapping at Pedro's.
Unbelievable.
For it. But to be fair, it was a bit of a masterclass from Pedro, wasn't it? Rolling back the years.
Yeah,
he was a good player, isn't he?
He's always going to score your goals.
Yeah, I think he scored 3 and set up a great one. Which I think he took the credit for, running to the fire exit again. I don't know what he's got about that fire exit, but he celebrates and runs off to the fire exit. I don't know what it is.
I think he's got a little camera there.
Is that what it is?
So.
But fair play to him. He just couldn't train for us, could he? We couldn't coach him because he couldn't get to training. It was a bit of a distance, wasn't it? I think Sheffield's a bit closer. I think he trains every week for them. I think sometimes just
right fit. He's doing all right.
Yeah, clubs are right fit for players.
He's doing all right.
Fair play to Pedro.
So you had any bother this week online, social media out? I think, man, I hadn't known. Well, I'm banned. Everyone's blocked me, so nobody even talks to me anymore.
Yeah. The other thing I've had is, it wasn't really aimed at me, but it was sort of, I had to comment because there was certain things. Just Rob Brassett on Facebook.
Oh, all right. So, I think I've read some of that actually today. You said it.
He's I don't know what is Rob. He obviously loves futsal and he likes promoting and stuff, but he just tries insinuating things that are not true or rumours and putting it out there. And it just, I think he's obviously got a little following and people are really good friends with him, which you're going to if you've been involved for 20, 30 years or whatever he's been doing it. But I just had to correct him on a few things. He's basically saying the NFL's merging with the NFS. Who's like where would like what I don't know where that would even come from because you'd have to either get that from the NFS or
obviously you and Chris hadn't said a word
and that would never be the case. The last thing the NFS would want is more clubs to take care of, like you know what I mean? Yeah, Chris, and the whole point of us doing this relationship is so the NFL can grow, so we can get more clubs in at the bottom. So yeah, just needed to correct him. And then he put something about the financial situation and like there's only limited people that could know about our financial situation. And the ones that do know would never ever say it was struggling and we're in trouble because they can see the bank balance and actually go, well, this is 10 times healthier than what it was at the start of the season. Does
the league actually need money to operate for? Does it pay the refs? But the clubs pay for the refs, don't they? They pay monthly. It's a different way how we work it for NFL to the NFS. So NFS ref comes, we pay him on the day. Yeah. The NFL it's a bit different because what you'll get is we'll get more often than not Rob McGowan who lives a mile away from our ground, so he'll charge us £1 mileage and we'll get him more often than not. So he'll get his money. Whereas a club in Southampton might not have any refs, so they're probably paying £120 a ref. So you've got a club at tier 3 who's paying £120 a ref every week and one that's paying £30. So what we tried to do is make it so everyone pays the same amount monthly and it sort of balances it out so we'll pay more for our B team and Southampton will pay less, for example. Just because obviously it's for teams starting out and trying to progress, so the financial part of it is obviously a big struggle. Yeah, obviously we've got our problems, but what we don't need is people just starting rumours for nothing. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, with no substance, and there's a new league started. Brilliant, but get a new league started. But you'll probably have the same problems that we're struggling with. Our biggest problem is referees. There's not enough referees. I think it's going to bring us to the FA soon, but that's the problem. You start league and it's great. Where are you going to get your refs from? Because you've got to get them through somewhere. And generally through the FA.
If you want to go through the FA, you have to use the FA's appointment officer. And the FA's appointment officer, Ian Baines, has to go, well, Tier 1 gets these refs, Tier 2 gets these refs, Tier 3. So if there's a new league, I'm guessing it'd be Tier 4. I couldn't see it being another Tier 3, but if Tier 4, they're going to be after us. And we're struggling for refs, so like I say, it's just great starting rumours, but just have a bit of substance behind it.
I know. and when you look at the finances for the league, I don't know a lot about it, but I'm guessing the league don't need a lot to operate because
we pay our insurances, we pay our affiliation. Obviously, we fund finals day, trophies, things like that. But day-to-day run of it, no
one gets paid, do they?
So so if you're going
to start a new league, that's brilliant. And I hope they do. I think the more we've said it about our league we've got here, the more people that do this, because we've had a bit of abuse. We've had a couple of anonymous followers, should we call them?
Yeah.
This week, what did one of them? What was the comments on?
Just had a couple on YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't think what they were.
Basically, YouTube backs, and a couple of
couple of idiots, yeah.
Which is great, mate. But they've took the time to watch it to make that assumption that we're idiots, which is totally fine. We can be idiots. Yeah. But I will throw it back to the community of futsal, who do probably some of you. Half of them might think we're idiots, but don't comment. But what's anyone else doing? You say we're idiots, but you look at our club, what we've done in 5 years. In 5-6 years we've been going. Probably got the biggest league now in, I'd probably say, England, unless anyone can say.
Yeah.
The club, we've got 300 kids now in the club.
Yeah.
With the current national champions, mate. Don't forget that. Tier 3 national champs. In the cup final, finished there in Tier 2.
Play final.
Play final, yeah.
You don't use up too much, yeah.
Am I? But like I say, we might be idiots, but we're trying to get the sport to grow.
Yeah.
And all these other clowns that just sit there spouting off like everyone else. I'll start my own league. I can do this. I can do that.
I think our biggest problem
is... Did it all before.
Yeah. I think our biggest problem, when we've had fallouts with people, it seems to be the ones that have been doing it for years. 20 years. You're doing it all wrong. You can't do it, this won't work.
Yeah.
And then we've just sort of stuck 2 fingers up at them and gone, well, we're going to do it. We've done it. So
the sport, we still say, we set this up for the sport needs to grow.
Yeah.
It needs something for it to kick on.
Yeah.
But
yeah, like I say, if Bob Brassett can start a league, or if all his mates, like I say, there's plenty of teams that dropped out of Tier 3 this season because there was Brassett's mates and they didn't really get on with me.
I see he was trying to enter a team, wasn't he, earlier in the season?
No, a couple of weeks ago he said he started a team and he said NFS, NFL and LFL are all options. Well, unfortunately only one of them is an option because you can't apply for NFS. You have to come through us. He missed the deadline for us. And I'm sure he could join the London Futsal League, play locally, which is probably, I think that's probably best for him because he struggled with the fees. Pre-season, that was his biggest problem, so he struggled funding it all. So again, it's one of them.
That's it. But we've seen it enough times now. People talk, give it all the big licks, what they're going to do.
Yeah.
No one actually does anything. Yeah. I'm not seeing many people do out.
No.
But that probably brings us round to England futsal, mate, about what's happening with them. There've been a couple of conversations online lately, what England futsal are going to do.
Yeah.
Bit disappointing to hear that they're not getting an England team together anytime soon.
Yeah, probably went under the radar, that, because it was all about the Brazil, wasn't it?
The Brazil, yeah, so we'll just have a quick chat about that now. So I see it from both sides. I can see whether who set this all up.
I'm not quite sure. I think it was the Helvetia guy. Like I said, I didn't know too much about it. I still don't know. I've tried to stay out of it just because it's like it's just a bit like,
yeah.
Do you know, there's a lot of noise over nothing. It looked brilliant. Gutted I missed it. And then there's all these accusations about the NFL and the NFS and all this, and England futsal they didn't. It's just like do you know what I mean? It's just I just found it a bit pathetic.
It's a bit, yeah, because I look at the guy who set it up. He's done a good job. He's got Brazil over. He's put the game on. Didn't really look into this team how he could have done it because there was ways round he could have got that game on, but he hadn't looked into it properly.
Yeah.
FA could have probably at that point jumped in and helped him, but they chose not to. I think they've reading between the lines. They've spat the dummy out. Well, because he just kept saying we didn't get invited. Which I get that he never got invited. I still think it's a bit sad they want any of the England boys there to support it or come and actually watch the event because you'd think they'd have had an interest in it. When Brazil's here, and England don't show an interest, I think that's a bit sad. But I get it if you're saying it's a private party and you weren't invited. I kind of understand that in a way, but surely they've got to be bigger than that, aren't they?
Yeah, I'd like
if we're going to move on, he says we're all a big community, we're all futsal community, and it just shows that actually we're not a futsal community, are we?
No.
Because they didn't want to be part. They didn't get invited, so they didn't turn up.
Yeah.
And they didn't help out, or didn't do anything to help. But same with that guy. The guy who come on, he was a bit like a politician, wasn't he? I'm not quite sure who he was. Who was doing all the talking?
I don't know anyone from England futsal. I've not. Like I say, I've not.
But we should. In particular, you should know who they are, because without guys like you and Chris, there is no England futsal. Because who else is going to run the leagues?
Yeah.
There's no one there. So
Brassett.
Well, Rob Brassett. So we'll be talking about starting a league. There'll be a lot of talk about starting, but nothing ever at the start.
Yeah.
So to me, I think it's a bit bad that the England futsal, or whether that guy was, should have probably acknowledged. I think he knew who Chris was. Then he was talking to Chris.
Yeah, I don't think.
But he didn't have a clue who you was.
I don't think. Yeah, you was with me, weren't you?
But it was ridiculous. You just think, why don't you know? Because he probably won't care.
Yeah, you don't need to know. That's it.
But he don't need to know. But then he will want to be a community.
I think the only thing that shocked me was it said NFL collaboration, and I was like, "What's this?" I didn't know that was like, "What's that?" So it's only after I've had a conversation with someone else, which has come to light, is we are going to get support in some of the areas that we really need it. So, which is great, but probably nice that I knew about it first before it was a big slideshow and not even.
That's how bad. That's what I think. I think that's really unprofessional from the FA though. That they do all this and they haven't got a clue who's running. It's first thing you should ask. Who's actually the chairman of the league?
Yeah.
But they didn't care. Or we'll just chuck them this money and they'll be ever so grateful.
The other thing I'd say, which is why I don't get upset with stuff like this, it's great we're going to get support, and there's certain areas where we need support. And when I was asked for support, one of the things I did say in the email, well, it was the main thing I said is, look, we don't need handouts, because I've seen exactly what happens when you get handouts. You get handouts, you become reliant on it, and then the minute it disappears, there's a big fuss. We took our money away. They are not supporting this, supporting that. There's areas we really need supporting, and there's nothing I can do about that. So please, can you support that area? Mainly being number of referees and qualified futsal referees. That's if the leagues to grow. Like, this was one of the things discussions I had with Rob Brassett, although it was only probably 2 or 3 comments, but we'll struggle to accept all the new teams that have applied, the 27 new teams, because that's probably double in the league, and there's not enough refs. Like, that, do you know what I mean? I can put, well, yeah, you've all got fixtures, but we're going to be reffing our own games. We might have to next season anyway. So do you know what I mean? I don't know. It's okay growing this side of it, and we're growing this, but there has to be other areas that needs it as well. So yeah, we don't need handouts and stuff like that. For me, I've seen how that happens in the past, and a lot of people have fell out because money's been taken away from them, the rug's being pulled from underneath them, and there's no foundation there. No. Whether that's a club, I've seen it where clubs are being funded by football clubs, professional football clubs, for example. Money's been taken, and then they've got to start again. So it's great sponsors and stuff like that, but I see a lot of teams, to be fair, it seems to be the more southern as well we go. The more southern you are, the more it seems like teams are going, oh yeah, we're waiting our sponsor for money and stuff like this, and it's like, whether it's me, I'm just like, oh, can't you do something yourself to get that 250 quid in, or do you know what I mean? It's so yeah, handouts for me, not. It's short term, and we're in this for the long term. Surely we're all in this for the long term.
And I don't think when people bash the FA, you need them for certain areas. For me, you need them to set your leagues up, to sanction the leagues, all that sort of stuff. Then after that, you're right, but we don't. Yeah. If your club's running properly, there should be money coming through the club.
Yeah.
We're not reliant on, can I have some balls, FA? Can we have this money? Can we have that money? Don't need you.
No.
Now you've set it up, we don't need any sort of involvement from the FA.
No. If there was anything, like, we're running a league and there's apparently a grant for some futsal goals, them goals in there that we're going to be using tonight, they've been there, how many years?
4 or 5 years?
Yeah, it's... Joe, they've been smashed and the legs are suddenly drifted apart from each other, and it's no longer a nice rectangle anymore. It's we'll need some new goals, so it will be worth us applying them. Great, thank you for that support. But hopefully the fact we haven't bashed them might go in our favour to get some. But
all I'd like off the FA is, this is probably just me speaking out loud, I'd like the FA to get a bit more of an involvement of actually coming down. Like this guy who was doing the chat, instead of just sat doing his chats on there, actually come out and go, right, who's doing what in futsal? And going down to visit these clubs and seeing how they operate. Because it's us that are keeping them in a job, because if we don't do futsal, we don't need a futsal committee and a futsal England board or whatever they're all on.
Yeah.
So actually just come out and come down, show your face. Put on a session if he's got some like masterclass sessions. I think Ian Bateman, we went to one of his. But again, Ian Bateman was going to Hull City Football Club to put a session on. How about, and this is going out there a bit crazy, come to a futsal club to support us. Not trying to get footballers into futsal, actually keep the futsal players in futsal. We'll appreciate it. But how many times in 6 years have we had an offer from the FA for anyone to come and help? It's bad, isn't it? And we've got how many teams in the league?
126 teams.
126 teams, and we've not had one offer of help, or can I come down, see how you operate? Or an email saying, lads, what you're doing's brilliant. Nothing. And that's what I'd say from them. If they want to help out, come on out.
That'd be lovely.
But
I'll go back to it. We're fine without them.
Oh, we have found,
do you know what I mean?
found without them.
Do you know what I mean? But I know what you mean.
But then you've got to listen to that guy with his politician answers going round the houses, and at the end of his answer you think, you didn't actually answer the question. You've just gone round the house that much. We've all forgot what you've said. And then he'll go, right, I've only got 2 minutes left. Because you didn't answer the question. But like I say, instead of getting debates about bloody Brazil futsal team coming across and he didn't get an invite to the party, so therefore they didn't support it.
I think out of all that, like I said, the Brazil thing, I think Chris Orton had hammered it on one of the calls, and then Mark Pasiti then brought it up in the second one, and it was going on and on. I think it was cut short early on the third one. But I think the big thing for me was come on England, where's the men's national? Do you know what I mean? We've got all this tier one. Do you know what I mean? It's like where's, and the answer was what was the answer? There's no tournaments coming up, and
there's no tournaments, so we're not having an England team. Okay, great. So we'll just put a team together, like they're asking us not to do. Don't just get a bunch of five-a-side kids together and play in a league, because you won't do any good. You have to have a. So now when the tournament come down, they'll go, just go play. You won't play together for 2 years, but now go winners the term will be crap. Get done first round. It's a waste of money, isn't it? It definitely is. But if they're not. To me, if they've got time to do that,
there was that own nations tournament. Like, surely we can.
They could do anything, couldn't they?
2 training camps a year, and do you know what I mean? They're all playing at the top level in England. So
they could get the Four Nations back on. That'd be a start.
I think that was the only one I was a bit like, oh, please.
There's teams all over Europe. They could just get a series of friendlies. But they don't want to because it costs money, and they don't want to. But then, like I say, that's. But then when that guy gets Brazil across. Then they spit the dummy out because they're not interested. But do you know what? Maybe support that guy and you won't have to spend your money. And you could have got a friendly for free if it's money's a problem, which it must be. It must be down to money, otherwise to be doing it. But we'll never know.
The only thing I would say is, I know when I've had conversations in the past, a lot's happened which has upset a lot of people in the FA when the money got pulled and stuff like that, and there's a lot of bad blood and.
Well, how many them meetings?
Obviously, the reason I took it was just took the NFL role. Obviously, I was one of the. There was obviously people before me and stuff who looked at doing it. I'm just like, if I am going to do it, it's going to be a complete fresh new start. Everyone, do you know what I mean? Trying all the old voices. Can we slowly? They'll still pop up like the Brassets and stuff like that. But can we just start looking forward? And that's why when you want the England team, it's like. Look, can we start moving forward? So it's.
But it needed to change, didn't it? Like we've sat in too many of them meetings where it's just a complete. They start off all right after the bit of chit chat for 5 minutes in the meetings, and then you can see straight away that he wants to be an FA bashing. And then bang, they're on the FA. The FA done out for us. We don't need the FA. Let's get this LNFS in. They'll do everything for us.
Yeah.
Well, and I'll ask the question now, if anyone wants to answer, what did they do for us last year?
Nothing.
So what was the point?
Well, we were supposed to go to Spain and play.
Yeah, we're still waiting for that game. If anyone can arrange that game, I'm still
I don't know who we're supposed to play. We're supposed to play Barcelona.
Oh, I hope so. Yeah, we'll beat them. But yeah, that was you're going to go across. You're going to do this. You're going to do that. Actually, there's no money. And then when you took over, I don't know how much money was in there, but there was no money. So where did all the money go? So everything went. The LNFS come in. Don't need the FA because they can't help us.
Yeah.
And now you've got back in line with the FA. It's all back in a smooth curve, and there's money in the account again. I don't know, something a bit strange.
Yeah.
But we'll never know. We'll never know.
We'll never know. I think a couple of people have asked me to look into it for all the old accounts and stuff like that. But for me, it was a fresh start. Look forward. Whatever's gone in the past, gone in the past. I want to focus on. I've got enough going on with the club and the youth league. I'm worried about what people have done for the last 10 years or whatever. So yeah, it's.
But yeah, the FA, aren't they? And whether you like them, don't like them, they're going to be there, and you've got to get on with them. Because if you don't get on with them, the league stops.
Yeah.
So if I want to play
I've said it in the past.
Get on with it.
There was a comment like I think the FA have told the NFL to not promote this, and I don't think they realise I don't have any contact with people. Do you know what I mean? Whether you think I should or not, it's. Do you know what I mean? If I needed stuff, I might contact them, but I'm trying to develop the league, and do you know what I mean? I'm trying to improve the league.
All I was thinking, they should, out of pure courtesy, contact you and say, Danny, you're doing a great job. Really appreciate what you're doing. You need anything? This is who I am. This is my number. Call me anytime.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah.
But it might do.
Like I said, I don't get offended by stuff like that.
No. I just think they should be more professional. The FA.
Well, is it the FA or is it England Futsal? What when you were saying the FA, what do you mean?
Who does it work for?
Like I say, all these hierarchies and stuff. It goes. I'm not. Do you know what I mean? I don't take much interest. I think when you say the FA, I think you've probably been someone else a group. Do you know what I mean?
Well, they're part of the.
Yeah.
Part of it, aren't they?
Yeah.
We're all in it together.
Yeah. But that's what I mean. If I looked deep into it, I could probably ask this question. But like I say, I've got finals days. I've got clubs still not filling in team sheets, and do you know what I mean?
Well, I'm going on that scouting mission to Las Vegas next week as well. On the
you're dumping me right in it,
on the club account. So,
I'm reffing, coaching, and I'll be doing these on my own as well.
So we'll have to just squeeze that on through the books, mate, and make that look like I'm on a scouting mission. Yeah, so I might not have one next week. No. I could do one.
We ain't got a fixture next week, have we, sir?
No, there's no fixture. But yeah, I could do one from San Diego next Monday if you want.
No,
sat on the balcony, have a look in the Pacific. Not on my sofa.
I'd rather not.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll leave it there. We've got a session 2 hours now, haven't we? So
yeah,
we'll go do that and get this up on Friday.
Yeah.
Brilliant.